Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back in the BMW M4 GT3 at Red Bull Ring for yet another track guide. If you're new to my channel, we do a hot lap and breakdown, and we're back in the cockpit one final time with the driving line on. Any questions, let me know in the comments. In terms of setup, I'm using the fixed setup. There is only about 11 kilos of fuel at the start of the final lap, and the brake bias is shown on the dashboard. Let's start the hot lap. Right, let's start the hot lap. So we're smashing it down the main straight. Moving over to left hand side, braking it the 100 up to about 80%, drop it down to third, back on the gas. That curb is absolutely destroyed by the BMW. I did drive the Ferrari and the Porsche GT3 round here. The BMW was the fastest for me. Again, looking for the 100 over to the left-hand side, braking up to about 80%, trail it off down to first, back on the gas. Got to be patient with the throttle on exit so that you don't get the wheel spin or the traction control kicking in. My traction control, ABS, both at 3 as per the fixed setup. Again, looking for the 100, braking it up to about 75%, hold it, hold it, hold it, trail it off down to second gear, back on the gas at the apex, exit nice and wide, head back over to the right-hand side. Looking for the 50 this time, don't off track here, braking up to about 65%, trail it off quickly, down to third gear, smoothly back on the gas, don't get the off track there, little dab on the brakes, trail it off, down to third gear. I missed the apex, but I do get on the gas nice and early, so it only cost me about half a tenth. And now we're looking for the 50, so we start off on the left-hand side, brake up to about 60%, down to third gear, up back on the gas at the apex, nice wide entry into the final corner, down to third gear, cut the corner, exit nice and wide without the off-track, pin our rears back as we try and go towards the line, and over and across we go in a 128.4. Breakdown coming up now. Right, breakdown. Let's do it. Try and smash through it as fast as possible, only using the pauses. So first braking marker, just as we get to the 100, you can see just started braking now. We're going to then brake up to around 80-85%. Then we're going to trail it off down to third gear, getting back on the gas at the apex, already at 2/3 there. Now we're going to exit nice and wide. As I say, that curb is absolutely nothing to the BMW. Now we're trying to straighten the track out as best as possible, coming up to the turn 3 hairpin. So once again, we're going to get over onto the left-hand side, braking it just at the 100. Sorry, the pause wasn't working there, so we brake up to about 80%, hold it on there. Now we're going to trail it off down to first gear. We're slightly late on the gas here, and there's quite a crossover. You've got to be patient on exit not to get that wheel spin. The sausage curb on exit can help straighten you out. Now we're going to get back over to the left-hand side, braking it just before the 100. We're going to hold it at around 75%. Now we're going to trail it off in second gear, down to the apex, and we're back on 2/3 pressure as we hit the apex curb. Now we're going to exit nice and wide, back up to 100% as we unwind that steering wheel. So this next corner is where everyone gets their off track. So we're going to get over to the right hand side, but we've got to keep the center of the car over the white and red rumble strip. And we're going to be braking at the 50, but if you wonder why you keep getting an off track, it's because the center of your car, if it goes over the green, that's where the off track kicks in. So we're going to continue. If this pause will unstick, braking at the 50. I'm going to trail it off down to third gear, back on the gas, so we're sort of, what's that, 2/3, 3/4 pressure. Now we get up to 100, about halfway through the corner. Exit nice and wide, but again, we're going to keep the center of our car this time over the green and white rumble strip. Now we're going to continue on. Sorry, this new UI is being a pain. And our next braking marker is going to be the end of the green asphalt here. So we start getting on the brakes. Trail it off down to third gear. Now, ideally, I would be a couple of feet over to the left, but I do still manage to get up to full power relatively early on, so it doesn't cost me too much. Back up to 100%. Exit nice and wide. So we've got to be careful again of the off track there. Got to keep the center of the car over the rumble strip once again. Don't hit this grass on exit because there is an off track if you do that. Now we want to get back over to the left-hand side, and we're going to be looking at braking just before the 50, and we're going to be braking up to about 60%, as you can see here. We're now going to trail that off, drop it down to fourth, getting back on the gas, still on the brakes there, but just a brief second later, and back up on 2/3 gas. Back up to 100% as we unwind that wheel. We've got to keep the center of the car once again over the rumble strip here, the green and white one. We're going to be braking at the end of this Austrian flag on the left-hand side, the additional asphalt that they've painted nicely. Briefly braking up to about 55%, maybe 60. Trail it off, back down to third gear, back on the gas as we hit this apex. And we're back up to 100% straight away. It's going to send us nice and wide. I'm right at the edge of the off-track there, so the centre of the car again has to be over the white and green rumble strip. Back up to 100%, don't hit the grass on exit, and over and across the line we go in a 128.74. So for me, I'm done talking, but we have the final version with the line and without me talking. Enjoy.